the episode where a therapist with no talent, experience, or knowledge attempts to refinish a coffee table. As a therapist and as someone who loves self-growth, I am constantly wanting to challenge myself to get out of my comfort zone, which is both a strength and a weakness, depending on the day you ask me. I am not exaggerating when I say I have absolutely no talent with woodworking, refinishing furniture. I don't even know how to operate a drill properly, okay? So I am the least handy person to exist. However, in an effort to push myself out of my comfort zone, I decided I would learn to refinish a coffee table that my husband and I found at our local thrift store for $15 and film the process. Not so you can learn how to refinish a coffee table. Please, for the love of all that is good and holy, look up a tutorial from someone who actually knows what they're doing for that. But I filmed it so you can laugh with me as I learn and experience quite a few embarrassing moments. Stay tuned for those. But also hopefully be encouraged to try something new yourself. Let's get into it. Starting off strong on our furniture restoration journey, I completely neglected to film the before of our coffee table, but I do have these pictures, so hopefully you get the idea. The table was fine, but I wasn't a fan of the stain, so I wanted to go with something darker, something that would match my vibes a little more. The dashingly handsome man here is my husband, Jonathan. He does not care for furniture restoration. However, he knows a lot about a lot of things and is really good at just being able to look at something and figure out how it works. So he was my go-to resource for this project. And as you can see, the first step in this project was sanding. And spoiler alert, it turns out that sanding is about 90% of the steps. This is my first time using an electric sander, and we first went in with 80 grit. By the way, I didn't even know there were different sandpaper grits before beginning this project, but now I know that lower numbers are for rougher stripping and higher numbers are for smoothing and finishing surfaces. And look at this, you can see how uncomfortably I'm holding the sander. These are clearly not practiced hands. When we finally finished the top, I was ready to celebrate while Jonathan was more concerned with how many future projects I might want to take on.
All right, so what now?
Do you feel proud?
Yeah, I do.
I hope you don't love this because I know what's going to happen. Let's buy this one. It's only $5 and sand it down.
I don't know. It's a lot of work, especially in 90-degree heat. So I want. All right, I'm getting hot. I'll tell you, this isn't for the faint of heart. Furniture restoration.
I know.
If it just wasn't so ugly yellow orange.
I know, but see, we could have done a dark top and painted the bottom. If you just liked the paint, because then we could have just buffed it, painted it, and moved on with my life. But no.
But here we are.
But here we are. And see, when you're sanding for paint, you just got to have a rough surface so the paint can hold on to something.
Yeah.
Can't do that with stain. You have to take it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might buy the stripper for the bottoms.
For this?
Yeah.
I could. My arms are already tired, so I could get behind that. Love you.
Love you too.
Question again, another question.
Yeah.
Can I use a little this on this leg, like right here?
Yeah, you're not going to make much ground, and you can deform the wood.
So that's enough.
Well, you can. It's just you're not experienced enough yet.
I've been doing this for like 15 to 20 minutes. How much more experience do I need?
Yeah, you can do it, but just not right now, okay?
I understand.
Okay.
Eventually, we were forced to take a break due to a thunderstorm, but I snuck out after it had passed to do a little hand sanding while dinner was in the oven, during which time I discovered hand sanding takes an agonizingly long time to finish.
Here's the progress after, how long have we been out here, would you say?
About an hour.
An hour, and we've got the top and this just rough sanded.
Now, if you didn't believe I was bad at these types of projects before, please spend the next several minutes watching me lose a battle to a Milwaukee battery.
All right, I want to express just how bad at these types of things that I am, like where I don't have the talent for this. I want to take this battery off so I can charge it because that's what my husband had it doing. And I literally did not figure out how to get it off. I don't know if I can film and show my struggle to get it off at the same time. But I'm pushing this in, but I still can't get it. Like, it's so ridiculous the things I cannot do, but I'm squeezing these red buttons in and I'm pulling up and nothing is happening. And I don't know if I just have really weak therapist hands or if I'm doing something wrong, but this is why this is out of my comfort zone for me to do these types of projects, because I get to things like this. It's something I don't even know if there's a tutorial to look up in the world, because who else has this problem? Can't take off Milwaukee battery. Crazy. So anyway.
Okay, update. After about 10 minutes of sweat, tears, perseverance, and the questioning of my life choices, I was finally able to remove the battery to charge it. So that's a win. I then took the arduous journey into my husband's outbuilding in search of a paintbrush, which he apparently does not own. I did, however, find a couple other surprising things in that mysterious building. You just think one of these things in here would be turkey feet. We've got that. Isn't that disturbing?
Okay, so I have decided that I hate sanding and I don't really want to do it anymore. Well, I'm okay to keep doing it, but I'm realizing just how time consuming and difficult this is. I understand why not just everyone is like, you know what we should do? Refinish furniture, because the sanding part, it's tiring, it takes forever. So something that I probably should have started with, I went and bought some citrus strip that I hear from the internet is supposed to be good to help get some of the layers of stain off and varnish and all of that. So hopefully this will make the sanding process a little more tolerable. I have never used this before, and my husband is out of town, so I also can't use him to help me. He just knows a lot about things. He knows a lot about a lot of different things. He's a very handy man to have around, and I don't have him, but that's okay, because this is all part of putting myself out of my comfort zone and trying to learn, and so I'm going to continue that by using chemicals unsupervised. Also, I'm supposed to apply the citrus strip with a paintbrush. Turns out we have no paintbrushes. I could solve that problem by going to the store, but I don't want to, because I'm in the zone that I want to start this, so that way I can hopefully scrape it and sand it tomorrow. So I don't want to go to the store to get paintbrushes. Is that lazy? Yes, but that's okay, because I found this, which is decidedly not a paintbrush, but I'm hoping it will have the same effect.
After finally finding a substitute for the paintbrush, I began teaching myself how to use furniture stripper. All right, citrus strip is on the drawer, and I put plastic wrap on. It says you can leave it for 24 hours. So we're gonna hope that that is gonna give me enough time that by the time I tackle this tomorrow, the scraping is significantly easier, and thus the sanding is significantly easier. This is way easier to use. I don't know why I didn't think of this. I don't know why I was so convinced it had to be a brush. All right, that's a wrap for now. Legs are wrapped, and that's what it's looking like so far. Today I scrape off all the old varnish and see if the citrus strip worked. I let it sit overnight. So now I'm going to see if I did it properly or if I have made an error, and I'm going to have to do it all again. So let's see. All right, updates. So I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I've made that clear. But I realized after I put the citrus strip on and I was scraping two things. One, I was using a blade like an idiot, I assume. And I read the back of the label again because I knew that it said to scrape it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, let's get it off. But as I'm scraping it, I'm like, surely this is damaging the wood, right? And then the back of it was like, you should use a plastic scraper. Cool. All right, probably should have thought of that. Choosing not to feel embarrassed about that. Then I'm like, well, I'm gonna need a plastic scraper. I searched all over the house, didn't have any. So I'm like, well, that's fine. And I also realized that
I thought, like, well, I know this stripper is not supposed to dry. So how do I get it off? Like, I've scraped it, but how do I get off the residue? And then I read the back of the bottle again, and it says use mineral oil, or mineral spirits, excuse me. Which, do I have mineral spirits? Obviously not. I didn't have a plastic scraper, so the idea that I would have mineral spirits is preposterous. So then I was like, well, I'm gonna have to go to town. And so I did, and I got mineral spirits, which I am now using, and a plastic scraper, and then some other various abrasive, but not that abrasive, like sponges and stuff for the more stubborn areas. Okay, here's the update. Everything has been scrubbed from the citrus strip, and, well, by everything I mean the legs and the drawer. And then I put some mineral spirits on it, and I'm just leaving them out to dry.
Jonathan and I enjoyed each other's company while sanding the coffee table legs, and then sanding some more, and then sanding some more. Again, look at that hand placement. Do I look like I should be trusted with power tools? Ugh, I get secondhand embarrassment just watching myself on these.
Alrighty.
Now is all the sanding done?
Yep.
Hey, that feels good to say, doesn't it?
With all the hand sanding finally behind us, we applied a pre-stain because if it wasn't already painfully obvious enough, I do not have the skill to just go in with the actual stain. I need all the help I can get. This conversation cracked me up.
Is this what you dreamed you would do with your life when you got married? Oh,
Why?
I'm just asking. Was this your vision?
No, I wouldn't say my vision.
How do you feel about it?
Indifferent.
Okay.
So after all this, it was finally time for the fun and most nerve-wracking part, applying the stain.
And it doesn't have to be a full stroke. You can go back and forth just as long as you go up and down.
Okay, so can I start on the opposite side and
Yeah.
then meet you?
Yeah, that don't matter. But you see how I'm just up and down. Don't go side to side. And then periodically make sure you wipe your edges, because the longer it sets on there, the longer it's darker it's going to be, and we kind of want to keep it uniform. So I'll wipe off a bunch.
See what I'm doing right here to make sure that
Yep,
it's
you're doing good.
Okay.
You're doing good.
I both loved and hated this part because if you make one wrong move, it's over. You would have to completely resand the entire thing to make the stain work, and that's just way too high stakes for me.
Yep, wipe it down. Huh?
I said, oh yeah.
Like that?
Yep.
Looking good?
Looking good.
Better than it was?
Mm-hmm. Is it okay?
Looking good. Looking good.
Could I be a master at this thing?
You're learning. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay. I'll take it. Ooh.
And then when you get to the...
Jonathan!
What?
I'm like panicked here.
You'll be alright.
Okay. If you say so.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, it's run everywhere. But, I think I have too much for this little.
Yeah, you dipped way too much.
Oh, I didn't know. I just did it. We didn't go over that part. Are you laughing at me?
Yeah, because you're struggling bad.
Hey, well, I would like to hear some encouraging words or like.
We'll put that leg in the back so no one can see it.
That's not encouraging. Oh my. Okay. Alright, don't worry about it. Now, I'm not gonna.
I'm probably going to do the polyurethane on the legs after watching that.
Hey, this was my first one, so I want you to calm down for one thing. I'm gonna get it, so don't worry. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, there it goes again.
So you just get the tip a little bit and you just dab it.
Yeah. I did half the brush.
Soaked.
Yep. Sure did.
I figured the way it ran.
Thanks for helping with it
You're welcome.
and saving it. It actually doesn't look bad.
No. I am going to take these in just a little bit.
I'm gonna do another one though.
I'm gonna let you, but I'm gonna be with you instead of just turning you loose.
Okay.
The pre stain saved you. I'll just say that. Old way, we would have had to sand it.
We applied the sealant after the stain dried, and then it was time for the finishing touches and final reveal.
Do you want to ratchet it?
Oh, yeah, I'm good at this.
Can't go too tight because then we want it snug.
Okay.
Yep. Yep, that's good.
Nice and secure. Did a good job attaching that leg, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, because also I figure if we put the drawer, it's gonna hit. Oh, sorry, bud. Look at it. It looks good, no? Do you like it? You gonna take a picture for the fam?
For the fan. Our project. There you go.
I can't wait to show them. How do you feel?
I'm glad it's over with. That's all. That's my main thing.
Obviously, I know neither my husband nor I are experts at this, but honestly, that was the point. I wanted to try something new and out of my comfort zone because I think that's a great way to challenge myself, even if it is also really embarrassing at times. Our table didn't come out perfect, but I'm proud of it, and we're still using it a year later, even though there are a few nicks in the top of it from where I have aggressively set down my laptop. But we don't need to talk about that. I'm not going to fix it. So I hope this is an encouragement to some of you out there watching as well. Just because you're not good at something doesn't mean you shouldn't try. That's a lesson I regularly need to remind myself of. My hope is that this challenges you to go outside of your comfort zone, try something new, and don't let the fear of embarrassment stop you. Okay, that's all from me for now. See you in the next one.